There's a voice inside you that's been quiet for a very long time. You didn't notice it disappearing. It happened slowly. So slowly that you can't pinpoint the exact moment it stopped speaking. One day it was there, guiding you, telling you what felt right and what didn't. And then, gradually, it faded, drowned out by a louder voice. His voice. And now, in the aftermath, in the silence he left behind, you hear something. Faint. Uncertain. Like someone calling from a great distance. It's your voice. The one you forgot you had. At first, you don't trust it. Because for years, you were taught not to. Every time it tried to speak, he was there to correct it, to reinterpret it, to tell you what you really meant, what you really felt, what kind of person you really were. Your voice said, "That hurt me." His voice said, "You're too sensitive." Your voice said, "I don't like this." His voice said, "You're ungrateful." Your voice said, "Something feels wrong." His voice said, "You're paranoid." Until your voice learned to stay silent. Because speaking up only made things worse. Because being yourself only led to criticism. Because having needs only led to punishment disguised as disappointment. So you became quiet. Not peaceful quiet. Survival quiet. The kind of quiet that comes from learning that your voice causes problems. That your truth is inconvenient. That your feelings are burdens. But now he's gone. And in the space where his voice used to be, yours is trying to come back. It starts small. A feeling you don't push away immediately. A preference you notice without judging yourself for having it. A boundary you consider setting without 10 reasons why you shouldn't. I don't want to do that. Just a whisper. But it's there. And you hear it. And for once, you don't argue with it. You don't explain it away. You don't feel guilty for it. You just hear it. The voice gets a little braver. I deserve better than how I was treated. This one is harder to accept. Because accepting it means acknowledging what happened. Means admitting that the person you loved hurt you. Means facing the truth you've been avoiding because the truth is painful. But the voice doesn't go away just because it's uncomfortable. It stays. Persistent. Patient. You didn't deserve that. And something inside you cracks. Not breaks. Cracks. Like light getting into a place that's been dark for too long. Because maybe it's true. Maybe you didn't deserve the coldness when you asked for warmth. Maybe you didn't deserve the criticism when you needed encouragement. Maybe you didn't deserve to be punished for being human. The voice continues. Gentle but firm. You're allowed to be angry. This is new. For so long, anger wasn't allowed. It made you difficult, bitter, unforgiving. So you swallowed it, turned it inward, convinced yourself that understanding him was more important than honoring your own pain. But the anger is still there, and it's valid, and the voice is finally giving you permission to feel it. You're allowed to grieve what you didn't get, the relationship you thought you had, the person you thought he was, the love you kept hoping would return, the version of yourself you lost trying to be good enough for someone who made good enough impossible. You're allowed to mourn all of it. You don't have to forgive him right now. The voice says this softly, because the world has probably told you otherwise. That holding on to anger will poison you. That forgiveness is the only path to healing. That you need to let it go. But your voice knows better. It knows you can't force healing. That forgiveness is a destination, not a starting point. That right now, you just need to feel what you feel without rushing to the next stage. The voice grows steadier. You can trust yourself again. This one feels impossible. Because he taught you not to. He taught you that your memory was faulty. Your perceptions were skewed. Your instincts were wrong. Until you stopped trusting anything about yourself. But your instincts were right. That feeling in your gut that something was off. It was right. That moment you almost left, but talked yourself into staying, you should have listened. That voice that said this wasn't normal, it was telling the truth. You can trust yourself. You just need practice. And patience. And the willingness to listen to the small voice that's been trying to protect you all along. You are not what he said you were. You are not too much. You are not impossible. You are not the problem. You are not unlovable. You are not crazy. You are someone who survived. Someone who tried. Someone who loved despite not being loved back in the way you deserved. Someone who is stronger than you realize. The voice is still small. Still learning to speak again after years of silence. Some days it's barely audible. Some days it gets drowned out by doubt, by old patterns, by the echo of his voice that still lives in your head. But it's there. And every time you listen to it, it gets a little stronger. Every time you honor what it says, it grows more confident. Every time you choose to believe it over the lies you were told, it becomes more you. This voice is not trying to lead you somewhere grand. It's not promising that everything will be easy now. It's just trying to lead you back to yourself. One small truth at a time. You matter. Your feelings are valid. You deserve peace. You are enough. Listen to it, even when it's hard, even when it's easier to ignore it, even when the old habits try to pull you back into silence. Because this voice, this small returning voice, it's the sound of you coming home. And you've been away far too long. If you're hearing your voice again too, even faintly, you're on the right path. Subscribe to keep listening. Keep healing. Keep returning to yourself.